The 15 greatest Monkey D. Luffy fights in One Piece, ranked. Monkey D. Luffy has been at the center of many of the greatest fights in all of One Piece, but which ones are the best Luffy fights? Everyone has a slightly different opinion on what the absolute greatest Luffy fight is. Among the best are his epic but mutually respectful smackdown with Charlotte Katakuri, his friendship-inspired clash with Robert Lucci, and his clever but hard-won defeat of Crocodile. In these and other brawls, Luffy solves problems with ingenuity, shows off impressive new moves, and is overall just extremely cool. But just about every fight of his has something to recommend it. Number 1. One of the things that makes this fight stand out is how much Luffy seems to despise Caesar Clown. Caesar has committed so many cruelties that you could write a whole essay about them, but many of them relate to human experimentation. Luffy can't stand him, so as he's shifting into Gear 3rd and pummeling him with everything he's got, he's exuding pure loathing. By the end, Caesar Clown is begging for his life. Watching Caesar be defeated is deeply satisfying, especially when someone as effortlessly competent as Luffy is the one battling him. Number 2. Sometimes, it's fun to watch the protagonist utterly dominate their opponent. Sure, it's great when Luffy has to struggle to overcome stronger foes, but it's also pretty fun to watch him show off how powerful he's become, and how serious he's been in taking on his brother's will. After 2 years of training under Silver's Raleigh, he's able to not just plow through 50,000 fishmen, he's also able to overpower Hody with Goma Goma no Red Hawk and Elephant Gatling gun. Number 3. Shiki is the main antagonist of One Piece film, Strong World. While most of the films aren't written by Oda, this one was, so it can be considered canon. Shiki wants to take over the world using an army of mutant animals, so of course Luffy has to stop him. The way he does it is extremely cool. Luffy activates Gear 3rd, then places his enormous foot into an electrified cloud. This helps him amp up his axe's power. Because of Luffy's rubber body, he's immune to the lightning, but Shiki isn't. The resulting electric explosion not only defeats Shiki, but also destroys a whole island. Talk about epic. Number 4. This fight has one of the most satisfying punches not just in One Piece, but in anime, period. During his first encounter with Bellamy, Luffy ignores him, thinking he isn't worth the time. But after Bellamy steals hard-earned gold from the new friends who are trying to help Luffy get to an unnamed Sky Island, he storms back into town to demand the gold back. Bellamy spends a while openly mocking him while bouncing around on his spring-like legs. It takes some time for Luffy to get a hit in, but when he does, he instantly obliterates Bellamy with a single punch. The rest of Bellamy's crew is terrified, since they'd totally underestimated him. Luckily for them, Luffy has better things to do than get revenge. He just wanted the gold back. Number 5. After Luffy declares war on the world government and claims that he's going to rescue Robin, he has to take down the CP9 assassin Bluno to make good on his word. Luffy's fight with Bluno is all about speed. No matter how talented Bluno might be at Rokushiki, he simply can't keep up with Luffy's Gear 2nd. Meanwhile, Luffy himself is so hyped to keep fighting that he's ready to bring out Gear 3rd before he notices that Bluno has already passed out. Yep. Number 6. This is one of the more painful fights in the series. Luffy and Usopp have been allies and friends for ages, so seeing them at odds with each other hurts. After the Going Merry is clearly too damaged to be sailed safely, Usopp can't stand the idea of letting the ship go. He challenges Luffy to a duel. But it's not just about the ship, it's about the fact that Usopp knows he'll never be as strong as Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, and he feels like a burden to the rest of the crew. Despite knowing that he's much stronger than Usopp, Luffy still gives it his all. He doesn't want to disrespect him by going easy on him, so after facing off against several of Usopp's inventions, he defeats him using Goma Goma no Bullet. But he lets Usopp keep the ship. It's a devastating fight, which is what makes it one of the best. Number 7. Gecko Moria makes a lot of grim proclamations about what will happen to Luffy in the new world, but he isn't able to psych him out, and he isn't able to defeat him. Using Shadow's Asgard, he sucks up the souls of 1,000 zombies, beefing up his own body and becoming a far more formidable foe. But Luffy is ready for him. By using a combination of gear attacks and sucking up about 100 zombies himself in order to transform into Nightmare Luffy, he's able to defeat Moria, ultimately squashing him with a building. Number 8. This fight contains the moment when Luffy hauls off and smashes a celestial dragon in the face. It's one of the most epic moments in the whole series, but the rest of the fight doesn't go so well for him. Forced to take on an onslaught of Marines and an outlandishly powerful group called the Pacifistas, Luffy's comrades are taken down one by one. The fight ends when Kuma teleports Luffy to an unknown island. He survives, but he's learned a hard lesson about the gap between his strength and his ambitions. Number 9. Enel is the strongest opponent that Luffy has faced up to this point. Known as the god of Skypiea, he uses the Rumble Rumble fruit to control lightning. He can also read the magnetism in the air to predict people's movements. Defeating him is tough. Luffy has to bounce his attacks off the wall in order to make them random, and thus unpredictable, but he does have one major advantage. Because Luffy is made of rubber, none of Enel's lightning-based moves can affect him. What's more, Luffy can land hits even when Enel tries to turn his body into lightning. As the citizens of Skypiea stand by praying for a change, Luffy manages to hurl Enel into the Shandorian Golden Belfry Bell, ending the fight once and for all. Number 10. It took 3 tries for Luffy to successfully defeat Crocodile. The first 2 times, he was either impaled with Crocodile's hooked hand or dehydrated using Crocodile's sand fruit. The second round was pretty clever. Even if it didn't work out, Luffy used water to stop Crocodile's devil fruit from activating. During the third round, which took place in the Royal Tomb, Luffy used the blood on his own hands to stop Crocodile's moves. The final punch reflected both his strength and his ingenuity, which is what made it so satisfying. Luffy has a reputation for not being especially bright, but he has moments where his intelligence is clear, and this is one of them. Number 11. The Battle of Marineford isn't a one-on-one fight, it's a massive melee with countless opponents. Luffy's goal in all the chaos is to work with the Whitebeard pirates and save his brother Ace. To accomplish this, he has to blast through multiple Marines, which he does using the Conqueror's Haki. Tragically, he isn't able to achieve his goal, and he suffers one of the most painful losses he's ever endured. Number 12. Thanks to his cat fruit, model, leopard and his high skill at Rokushiki, Rob Lucci is the strongest member of CP9. Usually confident, Luffy struggles throughout their showdown. Though he does hurt Luffy with powerful moves like the Sai-Dai Rin, Rokuagan, Luffy is eventually able to win the day with his Gomu Gomu no Jet Gatling. Luffy knows that if he doesn't win, his friends will be in danger, and that's all the motivation he needs to keep fighting even when all hope seems lost. Number 13. Luffy's fight against Charlotte Katakuri lasts for a staggering 21 episodes. Thankfully, it's such a good fight that it's worth the time. Despite being on opposite sides, Luffy and Katakuri respect each other greatly. Their fight isn't about Luffy trying to destroy a loathsome villain, it's about testing his strength against someone he respects. Their similar powers also make the fight a noteworthy one. Luffy's Gum Gum fruit and Katakuri's Machi Machi fruit can be used in similar ways. Luffy is just barely able to eke out a win thanks to his snakeman form. Number 14. While there have been a lot of complaints about the pacing of this fight, it's still one of the series' standout showdowns. Doflamingo's tyrannical rule over Dressrosa can't be allowed to continue, and Luffy pulls out all of the stops to try and take him down. After training for 2 years, he's able to use Gear 4th, which involves inflating his body with air and coating himself with Buso's Hoku Haki. Using his Boundman form, he makes it nearly impossible for Doflamingo to land a single hit. Then, by activating his Gomu Gomu no King Kong gun, he's able to destroy Doflamingo. It's supremely satisfying to watch the manipulative villain get his butt handed to him. Do you agree with our lists or did we miss something? Write it down in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe.